This is Fat Man, not Batman, and this is a gym bro with extremely muscular minifigure arms that I created using a 3D printer. You see, some LEGO builders, including myself, try to create the weirdest, most outlandish designs, which has resulted in some incredibly cursed creations. Check out these skeletons created by a Redditor going by Hexelco. The builder elongated the arms and legs using a few extra white arm elements in both the bent and straight versions. Another extra lanky minifigure was inspired by the Enderman found in several Minecraft sets. These brick-built mobs use a minifigure-compatible head that gave someone the idea to create an Enderman-scale minifigure. The result is both impressive and kinda weird, but I love to see these sorts of mashups. A slightly different take on a cursed minifigure comes from the Meme King, who is seemingly trying to unite the forces of good and evil with these Yoda droids. These Yoda heads seem to be an extremely popular choice for making cursed LEGO minifigures. We've got Yoda on the body of Hagrid, Yoda on a body of Axel from Nexonites, a true baby Yoda, and even a Yoda head on a horse. However, my favorite has got to be this submission from Mars Media, who used Yoda's head as a hang loose hand sign on the Hulk's body. This is a very clever, albeit incredibly cursed idea. Going back a bit, it turns out that those mechanical battle droid arms are pretty versatile pieces when it comes to minifigure design. A user named Tabletop Studios showed off this extra buff battle droid made from a terrifying combination of droid arms, legs, torsos, and even heads. It's cool for a robot, but if this was a regular minifigure, that would be very creepy. However, that's hardly the only cursed LEGO creation to be hitting the gym a bit too hard. I mean, this submission from MMB Max is simultaneously brilliant and deeply horrifying, and the builder even apologized for what they did in the original Reddit post. I can't lie though, this is seriously an incredibly well-designed build, and the bananas really are the perfect piece for some shredded abs. My biggest concern though is these empty banana peels at the bottom of the build. Are those just leftovers from lunch, or is there something a bit grosser going on? Scaling down a bit, people do love seeing just how far they can push the boundaries of minifigures, and while there are countless examples of incredible designs, there's an equal amount of truly cursed LEGO figures out there. Martin the Meat Man, created by Mr. Warres, is simply an abomination. Fortunately for us all, there's simply no way to actually build this figure without some very serious modifications. This is just a render, so don't worry, Martin the Meat Man isn't real. He can't hurt you, yet. But there are plenty of very real LEGO creations out there that might just keep you up at night. Creations like this long-necked beast from ProGamer365. This starts off with a regular minifigure, but then uses a series of 1x1 round bricks and these minifigure display pieces. You may recognize these from the Marvel Collectible Minifigure series. While these pieces are commonly clear, they have appeared in this yellow color in a single set. The Scuttlebug from Super Mario Series 3 comes with 3 of these parts in this color. Turning to comics, this Batman has eaten a little bit too much. This is a Batman head on top of a custom build inspired by this very chunky boy. I guess all the Joker needs to escape now is just run up some stairs. Another take on a beloved hero can be found in this clever shot from Edwin. This is a great recreation of this iconic shot, and much like the original, this was done using some movie magic. While the film version was created with CGI, this version seems to be brilliantly framed with several minifigure arms somehow arranged directly behind our heroic doctor, likely using some sort of adhesive or putty to attach them. But you see, not every cursed minifigure needs some special trickery. Sometimes all you need is a single official LEGO piece taken out of context. This might be LEGO's weirdest headpiece and was originally found in the Orca minifigure from the LEGO Batman movie Series 1 collectible minifigure series. This part looks funny on any of the costume minifigures, in fact, like the Reindeer Man showcased by Dillbat on Reddit. Not to mention the collectible minifigure Series 18 Dragon. This piece fits perfectly here. Believe it or not though, this piece actually exists in 3 different colors. Aside from the red that I just mentioned, you can also get it in green in the Comic Book Shop Guy in 2023's Downtown, as well as in pink in the Space Creature from Collectible Minifigures Series 22. This still isn't the most cursed official minifigure head though, because that dubious honor might have to go to the infamous Nesquik Bunny. This minifigure, named Quickie, was released in 2 promotional polybags in Germany under the long-forgotten LEGO Studios line back in 2001. While the minifigure itself is fine, I really do like that head cover, the issue is with the head itself. This is considered one of the most unsettling LEGO pieces, and as unsettling as it is, these figures are still pretty rare these days, and getting one of your own is likely to set you back around $50 US. One slightly sadistic LEGO fan going by Stage Act Studios decided to take things a few steps further and and created this nightmare-inducing LEGO human hybrid minifigure head. Its photorealistic mouth is far too large, and its zoomed-in eyes stare directly into your soul. Honestly, I never want to see a minifigure head like this ever again. I just hope that the creator never makes this a real thing by custom printing this onto a real piece. Now, these custom minifigure legs allow figures to rotate at the hip, giving them a much-needed extra point of articulation. Sadly, these aren't compatible with standard LEGO torsos, and the custom pieces that match them are no longer available by the seller, but it is a neat idea. But perhaps nobody has taken customizing minifigures further than this submission from Blake Create over on Reddit. When LEGO revealed the official images for the Nightmare Before Christmas set, fans were quick to point out that one character from the original movie wasn't included, Oogie Boogie. Well, that little omission didn't stop this fan from making their own, using some pretty extreme methods. The basic elements are a Hagrid minifigure, a Harry Potter sorting hat, and a shark suit minifigure. From there though, things get pretty wild. Obviously these are all painted, but that's hardly the most shocking part. If you've never seen one of these Hagrid figures, or any other big fig for that matter, it's worth pointing out that while the head is compatible with regular minifigures, the arms aren't. The shark suit guy's arms are simply too small and can't connect to Hagrid's torso. So what's the solution? Well, some Technic pins, a nail clipper, and some super glue. The final result works, but I personally don't recommend destroying your bricks in this way. Now, what if minifigures are just too small? Surely there are some larger cursed builds out there, right? Well, I'm glad you asked. As it happens, the upscaled minifigure is something of a favorite for modders out there, and there are some great examples of cursed creations. The most extreme has got to be this impressive battle mech, which looks like it could be straight out of a movie. However, what if you mixed this up a bit and used the huge minifigure face on the small minifigure from this set? That's exactly what Crafty Possession on Reddit did, and it's certainly a sight to see. Unfortunately for this minifigure, I don't think that tiny hat of his is going to be very effective anymore. Much like regular minifigures, this upscaled version's head is also easily swappable, and just so happens to fit perfectly onto R2-D2, as pointed out by JD066 on Reddit. Another user going by Cambo found a similar overlap with the child and the piranha plant. These also match up perfectly, but it just makes me uncomfortable. One much more cursed head can be spotted while building Chewbacca. As pointed out by Rave on Reddit, our favorite Wookiee's head is just horrific about halfway through construction. Do you want this watching you sleep at night? Well, how about we look at something a little bit more pleasing to the eye? Anyone with enough LEGO sets will quickly realize that they have more brick separators than they know what to do with. I mean, don't get me wrong, I seriously love these tools, but how many does one person really need? Well, according to Space Nerd 314, the answer is 118 of them. That's apparently how many it takes to build this circle out of them. Honestly, this kind of makes me want even more, as this is a pretty cool looking wall decoration or just fun build in general, but I especially appreciate the dedication of actually counting every single one. Over on Flickr, Wendell Oskay has put together several LEGO abominations, including this minifigure millipede. What really impresses me here is the sheer simplicity of the whole thing. All you need is a minifigure and a bunch of other legs, and you're good to go. Now, this same designer also created this monster, which they're calling Squid King Fu, and I can't lie, this guy might even give Master Wu a run for his money. But that's enough talking about simple ones. Let's talk about some complex cursed creations. There's an entire community out there dedicated to modifying bricks to some pretty extreme levels, and our friend Wendell Oskay here has a few more tricks up his sleeve to show off. This headless horseman is the stuff of legends, and that glow is no camera trick. As it turns out, small LEDs fit perfectly inside a minifigure head, and those are easy enough to attach a battery and hide beneath a minifigure cape. But what about that spooky head? Well, that's an actual minifigure head that's been painstakingly carved to look like a jack-o'-lantern. Yeah. While the result is incredible, his first attempt at this is somehow even scarier. While these are all super cool, they do require external wiring, which can ruin the look of a build if not hidden. Well, that's where these rather detailed instructions from Robot Room come into play. The article, which I'll leave in the description, goes into way more detail than I have time for, but here's the basic idea. Since LEGO minifigures are hollow inside and wires are incredibly thin, a few small modifications makes it pretty easy to slide a few wires into a minifigure and put a small LED inside of a transparent head. LEGO itself has actually been experimenting with a lot of light bricks over the last several years, so maybe one day we'll get an official light-up minifigure, more than just lightsabers of course. If you want to see LEGO's current developments in light bricks, click on this video right now, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel SpitBrix for more LEGO videos.